Okay, we have the Virginia Cavaliers here, head coach Joanna Hardin, senior pitcher Maddie Harris, and senior catcher Leah Boggs. Coach, I'd like to start with an opening statement, and then we'll go into questions.
Yeah. Oh, man. What a hell of a year. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but just so much pride. We knew this was going to be tough, going up against Tennessee, and figured we get Pickens today. But, gosh, it's just a brag moment for my team and my squad. I thought we came out so tough. I thought we came out pretty fearless. Maddie just freaking pitched her butt off today. I've been watching Boggsy do what she does for 4 years, and it's just like a bittersweet moment, right? Like you want to enjoy, soak it all in. You kind of feel it at the end there. Just the realization this is the last time you'll be on the field with some of these girls is, tons of pride. Really grateful for the opportunities that I've had to coach this senior class. They recruited, 6 years ago? 6 years ago, and with a dream to be doing what we're doing right now, to be here today, and with absolutely no reason to believe that it was possible, like no reason. And here they are. So just really, really proud of them. I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of my staff. Like it just has been a hike to get here, and here we are. So thanks. Yeah, just really, really proud of my team.
Open it up for questions. Start with Brianna.
Yeah, Maddie and Leah, could you just take us through like that, when they pulled you out in the top of the seventh, kind of what was going through your mind and kind of how special that moment was for your last time?
I know for me, I thought it was me, and I was like, don't do this to me. So when they looked at me and said, no, it's not you, I wanted to take every last second and just soak it in and know that I was leaving it all on the field.
Yeah, from the moment we stepped on the field, we were playing like it could have been our last game. Every game that you go into, you want to pour your heart into because you don't know when it is, especially in the postseason. But yeah, when it came to the seventh inning there, I just know that I was taking it in. I was trying my best to throw the ball as hard as I could to second base, as perfect as I could, because I knew that could possibly be my last throwdown of my career. And, I'm surrounded by the people that I love, and I think this whole year we worked through so much together that, I told them when we went in the huddle, I was like, there's nobody else in the world that I would rather be doing this with right now, right here.
Coach, I want to ask about that moment from your end, subbing out those three seniors in the seventh inning. Why was that important to you, and what was that moment like for you as a coach to give them that?
You never know if you're going to get that opportunity, right? Like obviously you're trying to win the game, and not everybody gets the spotlight that they deserve all the time. And I just think, Boggsy leading off the sixth with that single, and Weaver getting that last at bat. We looked at the lineup and we're like, man, like it's all youngins down there. And I just felt like that was their opportunity to show the world and TV and everybody what they've done and how they've led us to be here. And it's just like the stars aligned for that to really happen. And, you never want to take a bat out of someone's hand in the seventh inning, but Maddie was going to finish that out for us. We knew that the whole time. But it's just, they deserve all the credit. Like they deserve that. Again, like I said, they came in with no reason to believe that we could be playing in the region championship at the University of Tennessee on May 19th of 2024. And shutting down twice the best offense in the country. And, putting ourselves in this position, playing till midnight. I don't even know what time we played till last night, turning it around and coming out like this. And I think honestly, like nobody believed we could either. And so I think being in that position and letting them have that moment, that they deserve that moment, every bit of it. And I was just happy that it worked out and that we could give it to them.
Coach, how much does Eden's performance over this weekend give you confidence going into next season?
Yeah, I mean, he's been throwing it really well for us, and we know the future is in her hands. And I think that Maddie and Michaela and how they've handled some turnover with staff and coaches and how they've built it, like they've left it in great hands too. So I think she's special, and she's been able to work with a special bullpen and throw to a special catcher and have a really special defense around her. And I would like the torch is kind of hers now, and so I think she knows that. I think she feels that. And you can't replace a senior class. Like there's just no doing that, you just keep building. And I think that we know, we're young. We're young in a lot of places, and with youth, sometimes it's a little scary, but like our youth is maturing and growing, and they've had incredible leaders teaching them the way. Like they've learned everything that they can and everything that they need from this senior class to keep it moving. And so the needle's been moved, and it's going to continue to move forward, and we expect to be back here again, just maybe on the other side of the score next year.
This is for the players, and I'm not sure if maybe you noticed it when you were making the change just to have all seniors on the field, but as your team was kind of giving you the ovation, Tennessee fans were also cheering. How did that moment allow you all to cherish, that final exit and final ending of your all's careers?
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee fans, they're something else. They're loud. They support their teams wholeheartedly. And I think that, so much respect to them for the way that they do cheer on their athletes, because that means so much to us athletes. Even us, we had a little tiny cheering section there, and we could hear them loud and proud. But to have them on the other side, the opponent, recognizing us like that too, it was just a really special moment, made it even more special.
Yeah, I just think it made it special. I mean, obviously I wasn't coming out, but I mean, my teammates have all worked for it, and especially this class. Like, we're so close. It was nice to be able to give them that moment as well. And hearing Tennessee and hearing our fans out loud of Tennessee, to me, I heard our crew more than I heard Tennessee, but I mean, it was special. It was nice to get that recognition finally.
I would add to that. Tennessee fans they're pretty softball savvy, right? Like I heard them up there. Yeah. They were calling the game. We were out there scouting, and I think that one of my mentors and good friends, Coach Joanna Hall, always told me that real recognizes real, and I think that they're true fans. They're real, and like they recognize and they can acknowledge something really special when they see it. And so I think that was just really appreciated. Again, hearing them in the stands, they know their ball, and they don't play and. They don't, when their team makes mistakes, they don't like it either, so they're real fans, and definitely appreciate. We've come here twice in the last 2 years, and super intense, loud environment, but really respectful of the game, and they love their team, and that's pretty cool. So I really appreciate what they added and what they brought today.
Yeah, and to add to that too, like their team really classy. Like I know the entire game they were smiling, talking to us. Like it felt like although we were fighting each other, we were also like fighting for something together. And I know that I think Riley West, she like came up to me after the game and like talked to me a little bit about my performance, and I talked to her a little bit about hers. So it was just nice to see that like we could both recognize each other.
Yeah, she had a pretty good day.
Yeah.
Taking me to the Smoky Mountains. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach, since you've been there, you've taken the program steps every year to kind of get to this point. What do you take from this year where you feel like you can grow for next year, that you can keep ascending as you have been?
Yeah, it's a great question. There will be a lot of time of reflection and a lot of time to really enjoy. I think celebration is not one of my gifts. I'm kind of all right, what's next? Like, what's next on the docket? But this was a really special year. There were unique challenges from the beginning to family tragedies to school and academic challenges to softball, just there was a lot on the table. And so I think I'm going to enjoy and just enjoy the work that we did. I think the challenge, moving forward for us is winning and competing from the front. I think we were able to go into some weekends and be a little underestimated and sneak up on some people. And I don't know that we're going to sneak up on people anymore. And so that presents a unique change, a unique challenge of how do you win from the front. That's something that like Tennessee's been doing. They're running from the front. They've won the SEC twice, right? How do you do that? You have a different target on your back. And so we know with the classes that we have coming in and the classes we have returning that that's a really real thing for us. And so it's another challenge you want to accept, but it's different. So I think that's something that we'll probably have to be really strategic and integrate into our design for next year. And this locker room was really unique. I just have never seen a locker room so united, and it wasn't perfect. It was not perfect. But I think this senior class really set a tone for it. We talk it out. Like we don't play mean girls. We don't do the catty BS. Like we're gonna talk it out because that's what family does. Like we fight. Like they fight. They don't get along. Like we had days where we were on the road and we're like, oh my gosh, can we just get home now? This is real. But if you want to do something really special, you have to be special in the locker room, and that's where it starts. And so I think that will be the biggest hole we have to fill, is filling them in the locker room and who they were. Yes, they're great performers, and their numbers speak for themselves, but they were just really special to our locker room. And so I think that will be a unique challenge, is who's going to step into those roles and who's going to take what they've learned from this class and carry it forward and keep that. Our locker room is sacred, and so we don't have a ton of transfers, so we don't lose a lot of athletes because it is a special place. And so I think that's moving forward. How do we protect that and continue to build upon that special bond that we have in there? Yeah.
Coach, you talked about winning from the front as a goal for you guys next year. Tennessee got ahead of you in both of these games. When you're playing a team like that, how much does that add to the challenge? I mean, they weren't quite as forceful today, but yet they got ahead, and just it seemed like it sets a tone for the whole game.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, we did the same to Miami of Ohio, right? We got ahead early, and then you can kind of keep riding that, and then you have the momentum. And so I think when Tennessee got ahead early, I think they scored in the first both games, and so that just sets the momentum. So I think that's an important piece, is how do we lock down if we're the home team of the first, and how do we start on the right tempo. And so I think that's something we have to talk about as well. But momentum is real in this game, and so we also were down 4-0 to Clemson in the second inning. We came back and won 6-4, so we know that we're capable of that too. And I think again is how can you get to a pitcher like Pickens as early as possible, and she threw it well today, and you got to tip your cap to her, she's legit. And so I think that's very real for us, and that's something that we're gonna have to, again, I'm big on practice design and being really intentional with how we structure, and this year it was toughness. We need to be tough, we need to fight and come from behind, and I think this is the toughest team that we've had. There was nothing that could knock them down. There was nothing that could get in their way from continuing to move forward. And we competed to win, and we didn't play to not lose. And so I think that's the beginning piece. And now it comes down to some execution on all phases of the ball from 1 to 7.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate. Tennessee was awesome. The hosts were amazing. We just really appreciate it. Shout out to Jonathan, our student rep. He was awesome, and we just really appreciate being here. So thank you guys so much for what you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.